Well, it happened, didn't it? We had the season finale of The Traitor.
The Traitors.
Oh, listen, here's my take. My take was this was a freaking-tastic season. I
Yes.
loved every minute of it.
Yep.
However, this was a little bit of a wah, wah, wah. It came in, like, what does they say? March comes in like a lion and moves out like a lamb.
Oh, I like
This
that.
moved in like a lion the whole way and then kind of petered out a little bit at the end.
So it came in with a bang and left with a whimper.
Yeah, exactly. It came in with a bang, left with a little bit of a
bit.
whimper. Not that it wasn't great
But
to
it was
see.
it was great. Yeah.
I mean, but they, after the kind of, we pick it up, right,
Mhm.
at the round table,
Mhm.
and it's going to be Brittany as the deciding vote,
Yeah.
right, of what happens to our girl, Danielle.
Danielle.
So, well, we all know what happened. She votes for Danielle.
And I had a feeling she would, and I'm so happy that she
Was that our
did.
bet? Was the bet said
That was our bet. If I remember from last week, I said
can't
I think
remember.
she's going to vote Danielle, and
And
you
what did
thought
I say?
that she might vote
Ivar?
Ivar.
Why did I
So,
think that?
well,
I didn't think she was gonna
it was
screw
hard
her.
to tell by the look on her face and what she looked so stressed out.
I didn't think she was gonna screw her, but I understood, though, why she
Well,
voted for Danielle.
She's in it to win
'Cause
it.
right, and also she
Yeah.
wants to vote with the team because
Of
and
course.
she was right.
She
I
didn't
mean,
want to be suspecting as a traitor either.
and, by the way, she was like, if it wasn't this time, it was gonna be the next one.
Exactly.
It was like she was gonna be out of there anyway, but
Anyway, right.
so it was fascinating that Danielle kinda gave it away without giving it away because she was like, "You did it to me again.
Yeah.
Like, you did it to me. You booted me off again." And
Mhm.
so the whole thing was about, like, so when Danielle was leaving and she was like, Dylan, you're this, and Dolores, you're this,
Yeah.
and you
She
had
gave a nice send off
to everybody
except Brittany.
except for Brittany, and he was like, because she feels betrayed by her.
Yes.
But I wouldn't have thought of it if it was me sitting there. I wouldn't have thought of it so much that she was a traitor. I would have thought, well, because they were best friends, supposedly,
Quote
in the
unquote.
house, that she betrayed her, not because she's a traitor.
And because she betrayed her in Big Brother, and she, like you said, she did it to me again.
It was reindeer games.
It was reindeer games.
Like,
oh
oh God,
Oh,
please.
please.
Kill me. Kill me now. I just can't with Big Brother. I just don't know what it is, but ugh.
No thanks.
I just don't like the show. I think it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yet I love a game show and I love all reality. So some of them just miss for me.
Very easily.
I do too, and I love it. But so back to it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny that when she also left and said, "I'm a traitor," most people just keep walking. They don't even turn around. Like Danielle, like wanted to see the reaction.
Yeah, right. So I thought
Mhm.
she'd be like crumbling and falling apart, saying, I'm a traitor.
Well, she kind of goes into
Like, because
that.
she got booted out, but she
Mhm.
actually took it with a little bit more dignity than I thought.
During the reunion, she was kind of rolling her eyes at herself when they were showing the one where like, I
Yeah.
knew it,
Oh,
and she was
please.
convulsing on the ground.
Yeah.
Where she needed to be needed to be delusional.
Literally.
Like, she was kind of rolling her eyes at herself, like,
Like, I made a fool
yeah,
of myself.
did I just do
Oh,
a
man.
little too much there?
And
So
is she seeing now all the hate that she's getting from the season? Because, like, nobody liked her,
yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh.
Well, actually, Potomac, Robin, during the reunion was like, I don't understand why everybody online, like Danielle's getting so much hate online. And she said, like, they're like, worst traitor ever, because she's like, I thought she was a great traitor because she stayed till the end.
Yeah, well, she did, but she wasn't liked.
I don't know. I didn't find her like
The way she played out in this show, it was just not good. That was my phone.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
was like,
sorry
what's
about that.
happening? Is that reindeer games coming back, coming to haunt us? Is Big Brother going, hello? So
Mhm.
now after that whole thing, I mean, they're obviously all stoked. I couldn't be more in love with that Dylan Efron. I could not be more in love with this man.
He's a standout on that
He's
show.
so-
He
him
was
and Boston Rob
definitely
are now
Boston Rob. They're
BFs.
BFs, the bromance. Dylan was the standout. I think he was like the fan favorite. And people that I mean, I never heard of him before this
Never.
show.
I
I
never
don't
heard
think
of him
many
either.
people did. Right. And
Well,
now everybody knows who he
Andy,
is.
during the reunion show, says to him, how does it feel now for everybody to be referring to you, as Zach no, as Zac Efron as Dylan Efron's brother, and
Right?
he was so cute about it. He was like, "No, I doubt it. He's been
Yeah,
doing that for a really long time."
I know.
Like, so cute,
Oh,
like, just sweet.
cute, a little shy,
He's adorable.
like a puppy dog.
So
Really, you just
sweet,
wanna
just a
squeeze him.
sweet, nice, smart guy. And so
Yeah.
they were excited. So now Alan tells us that Brittany got the power of the seer.
Yeah. So I think Danielle would have had it had Danielle stayed in, because I think when she played for the Seer, like, she had the most money, I
How do you
think.
know that?
It just seemed like she raked up the
Well, I would have
most
thought the other
dough.
one won it, like Dylan won it, but apparently Brittany got the most.
Yeah, but it wasn't fun to see that because then
Right, because we know she's a traitor. So their whole thing was, their
mhm.
whole concept there was, which I thought was interesting, like, which I don't really get why, but they were just like, well, if she's a traitor, if Brittany's a traitor, she's going to say that she's a traitor to put the sus on her.
Right.
But she
She
didn't.
called in Gabby, and
She called in
she
Gabby.
she played it the right. I would have done the
I would
same
have done the
thing.
same. I would
I
have
would have never
lied.
said, "Oh, yeah, Gabby's the
Because then
traitor."
to push them against
'Cause
each other is such a
exactly.
traitor
And I
move.
think it's such a traitor move, and she knows that Gabby is very, very smart. By the way, I think another fan favorite was Gabby. She was
Yeah,
pretty
she
amazing,
was good. She
and,
was really good.
people loved her, and I never heard of her. I didn't watch The Bachelor Nation or any
I
of that,
watched it and I
so
don't
I didn't know
remember
who she
her. Was
was.
she the actual bachelorette? I
Uh,
think she was.
she might have been, and my sister-in-law was telling me she was on Dancing with the Stars too. I
She
don't
must have been the
She was,
bachelorette
like,
or
very
something.
good on Dancing with the
I don't
Stars, but I
remember.
didn't know her.
That
Another
was so
standout though, for sure.
and, so she pulls her in there, Gabby's a little nervous,
Yeah.
but it turns out, she pulled her out as a faithful, and that confused, of course, our little Dylan because
Y
he was like, "Wait, maybe Gabby's a traitor too." So that was a little.
Right. I think that was Brittany's point of playing it that way, which was very smart, you
Yeah, it
know?
was, and then, of
So
course, now they get a chance so, it's interesting, they didn't really bank a lot of money, too bad for them, because
no,
normally
it
it
was
can
what,
be up to 2 it was
203K?
like 203 or 4, when generally it can get up to 250, so
It has in the
this
past,
oh,
right? I
yeah,
think it was
most of the
250.
times, like,
Yeah.
you know,
So maybe these missions, they didn't do the
they
greatest.
did not do a good job.
Even the one we'll talk about in this one, the
Oh, it was
mission,
cool.
they missed a bit,
Well, I
you
mean, if
know?
they're
It
gonna
was
miss
a little
anything,
hard.
that was hard to be throwing from dangling up there. I'm
Oh, you're
surprised
freaking
Dolores
out
did that.
dangling, like, what if I, fall,
I'm surprised Dolores did that, truly.
She went first, she was a badass, I
Yeah,
gotta give
well,
it
you
to
know what?
her.
During the reunion, Danielle was saying when Dolores talks to you, she's talking to the back of your head because she was a corrections officer. Did you know that? I
Yeah.
did not know that. That
Yeah,
is
I knew
so
that, yeah.
fake.
Oh, yeah, I
She
read
would
about
terror
that with
now I'm
her.
afraid of Dolores.
Yeah, I
Now I'm
know, I'd
scared
be
of her.
afraid
She was
too.
a corrections.
Ooh.
Could you imagine working in a prison?
Yeah,
Ew.
I mean, like,
Ick,
oh
Dolores.
gosh. Well, her dad is a cop, or was a cop, like a
But
retired cop.
still,
So she comes from
why
a
would you want to
family of
do
it.
that?
So,
Ick.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Icky poo poo.
Yeah, but she's a toughie.
She
We
is
love her
tough.
for
I'm not
it.
tough
Yeah, I'm
like
not.
that.
Oh god. I
No, I'm
wouldn't
such a
last 1
pussy
second as
cat.
a corrections officer.
No,
Oh god.
kidding. I don't even
I
wanna
drive past a prison and I get nervous.
say that. I get sick when I drive past. I'm like, "Look
I see, "Oh god,
at
that's a prison.
the window."
Get me out of
Exactly.
here."
Look at the bars on the
Like, "Oh
windows.
god, what if someone
It's
escapes?"
terrifying. I've watched too
Yeah.
much Oz in my day.
Yes.
Okay, so now we get to the mission that was crazy with the, hanging from the helicopter.
Yes, yes, yes,
They
yes.
missed a few, but it was fun to watch
Yes, it
for
was.
sure.
Yes.
And then
Mhm.
now we have the round table. Now we're back at the round table again.
Yeah, we're back at the round table. So
And Brittany gets the boot.
mhm.
So but they also
She was, like, really upset and
but when
crying.
she gets the boot and she went in there like ready to,
She was
duke it
going for
out.
Dylan.
She was ready and she did have a good and he was like, "Oh no."
Yes.
But people love Dylan and they were definitely stuck by him, which was
Oh,
but
definitely.
she's like, "Oh no." Like
But her story, do you think her story was believable the way she was trying to, spin the story that
what
it
was
was
the story
Dylan?
she was spinning that he
I think it was like she was trying to say his reaction with Danielle because he was so tight with Danielle, was suspicious.
yeah,
I don't know.
it was alright, but I think he had enough goodwill and
Mhm.
enough, like, trying to he was friends with everyone and
Yeah, he did. He was. And he was so everyone would never think of him as a traitor. So for someone to turn on him at a round table
well,
was a
I
first.
thought because of that, what I thought was gonna happen, which is exactly what he thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's like, "I better end this game before they vote me out." Now, had
Yeah.
he been with, like, a West or a Rob, they
Mm.
would've booted him in 2
Oh, they would
seconds
have killed him
because they don't
immediately.
because they don't want,
Yeah. Oh no, they want it for
they want the
themselves.
money.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Like, even in the reunion show, they were like, "Would you really have taken?" He's like, "I would have taken Carolyn all the way to the end." They're like, "Would you have shared the money with her?" And he's like, "No,
no.
yeah, no, I'm not sharing the money."
They're not gonna
He's
share.
like,
You're right.
"Everybody knows I take my people to the end, with me." And it's like,
Mhm.
"All right, Rob." But
Mhm.
Rob's really Oh, and that was funny the way Sierra at the reunion was like, "Oh my god, like, you
You
were
were
once."
hot.
Well, not that you're not hot now, but he's not hot now. He's
No,
an
he's really
old
not, and I don't know what he looked like back then.
Oh,
Maybe he
he
looked
was
better?
cute. He
Like,
was just like a
okay.
Guido. Oh, yeah, he was cute,
Okay.
but like in a Guido-y way, like in a Boston, like,
Okay.
gold
Yeah,
chain.
well, he's not ugly, I'll say
No, he's
that,
not
he's
ugly,
not
no.
ugly, but,
He's
he's okay.
got the old man gut,
Yeah,
you
he's got
know.
he's a little puffy.
Yeah, yeah, he's puffed up a bit,
Little puffed
but
up.
who hasn't?
But he was from Survivor, right,
Yeah, yeah,
Boston?
and that's where he met his
Okay.
wife, Amber,
Yeah, right,
on the
okay.
show.
Oh, very nice.
But back
See,
to the
I never watched Survivor, I'm sorry to
Oh,
say.
that is
And I know
you
that's your
would
show,
really
right?
like Survivor.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I get sucked in
You would
immediately when
really
I
like
watch these
Survivor.
shows. I just
Like
I never
I
watched
took, like,
it.
a 10-year break, and now I'm back, like, hardcore back.
Okay. I'm amazed
Um,
that it's still on because
oh,
it's
it's
been on
long
forever, it feels
time.
like.
So they get rid of Brittany, and now they go outside to the fire.
Yeah.
I have a
This
question.
yes.
I have a no, just I have more of a comment than a question, but it
Sure.
bothers me every time I watch the finale of this show. First of all, I guess my take on this whole, when they stand around the fire and they throw the packets into the fire, and if it's red, they vote, and if it's green, they vote to end the game.
Yeah, right.
But the other 2 were so good, like, season number 2 with MJ getting squeezed out, like, but
Ooh.
that was rough, and
Yeah.
the 2 gamers, like, do it together. However,
Sure.
the first one was even better with Cirie, and
Oh,
that whole
yeah.
thing and how that
'Cause she
one
wanted it for
but
herself.
that girl who was so convinced she was a faithful,
Right.
and to have, like, her be betrayed, like, it was just so good.
That's what made it end with such a bang.
Right, so this one was kind
So
of like
it didn't
because
end with a it
well, there
ended
was
on a very harmonious note,
right, it
right?
was just a
But
little like,
it was like, well,
like, we know they're all faithfuls and they're all nice.
they're all nice
They
and they
all
all are trusting.
right, like, there was no great thing. So when they get out there, of course, they all,
Mhm.
vote to end the game.
Yeah.
But my point the one question I have, which I don't know, it's just such an idiosyncrasy, but I can't figure out how he knows. Like he says, Dylan, put your thing in the bag. Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag. How does he know whose bag was whose? How does he keep it straight? When they put it in the bag, it messes all together. So how does he know which one is Dylan's bag? Which one was Dolores's bag?
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because he like, this one is Dylan's, and he reaches in, like, unless there's 4 little pockets where they put them,
I
and
don't
he
know.
knows whose is whose. But to me, that, like, as the host,
Yeah.
that would trip me up. Like, how do I know whose bag is who when they go in there and mix, you know?
They have to have something
Or
figured
like a
out.
system. I know, isn't
A
that
system,
crazy?
but
Isn't that
I never
crazy?
thought about that. You're
For
right.
like the anxiety I have, like, how does he know whose bag is whose? Like, but he didn't even have to know because there was no red bags.
Yeah.
Everybody voted to end the game.
Yes.
And then
And
Dolores,
share them. So it's about 50K
Dylan,
each.
Gabby, and who else?
Ivar.
Ivar
What I
split.
was really never thought was gonna make it to the end. I don't know why. It was almost like he was slightly forgotten
He
about
was just
throughout the
yeah, he was
show.
just peeing and drinking tea
He
the whole
was peeing
time.
and drinking tea, and he was like very subtle when he was talking. So you weren't really like he might win. Like,
I
were you ever thinking, looking at him going, he
never.
might win?
But I mean, we
No.
knew,
But
yeah,
he
but
made
just
it
like,
down, and look,
eek.
good for him, you
Yeah,
know?
good for the old Ivar.
Good for the old Ivar. And wait, now out of the 4 of them, none of them were gamers, right? I
No.
mean, Dylan's not a gamer.
Which is why they didn't
Dolores
try
isn't
to
obviously,
axe
or Gabby. None of them
which is
are
why they
gamers.
didn't try to axe people. It would have been great to see somebody get axed, you know what I mean? But they weren't
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, no.
Dolores wasn't gonna do it.
No,
Dylan.
she talked for a second about Dylan, but she wound up throwing in that, green like
They
Kevin
trusted,
did.
right. And, that she's not that much of and Ivar wasn't gonna do it to Dylan, and
No, no.
Gabby's too
Ivar
nice
loves
too.
Dylan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, it ended on a sort of a little bit of an anticlimactic note, but I was happy to
Slightly.
see them win.
I was, and it did make trader history in that no gamers won. It was all non-gamers that won this time. A housewife won. That never happened before.
Amazing.
So that was pretty amazing. And yeah, they
Dolo,
ended it by saying
Dolo,
good trumps
Dolo,
evil. Dolo,
Dolo, Dolo.
Dolo. Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
I had to
she's the
throw that in there.
best.
And didn't you, see Dolo?
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, it was wonderful to see her. So I went to the Watch What Happens live event this past Thursday.
Oh,
So thrilling. I kind of call it like it was
let's
like
talk
a
about it
mini
now.
Bravo. Let's talk about it. It was a mini BravoCon. I will
Let's hear
call it
all
that.
about it, actually.
Oh, well, Evan Reel and Danny Murphy, who I call
Now
reality TV host
now
royalty.
tell me who they are again. Tell me they are Page
So they
6.
work for Page Six,
Okay,
and
New
they
York
have their
Post.
virtual reality segment.
And this was this for a new show that they're putting out?
No, no. So they've had this virtual reality segment for a long time. I mean, I've been
Okay.
listening to them forever. So
And
it
how were
seems
they?
like
You met them? Because if
I
you
did meet
wait,
them.
if you guys go to Littler Podcast on Instagram,
Hmm.
LITLR Podcast, you can see Kristen and all the Bravo Lebs
Oh, they were
that were
all
there,
there.
and then some, right? But
And then some,
so
even beyond Bravo.
tell
Yeah.
me who is there. Tell me about meeting the 2 hosts, and then tell me about the Bravo Lebs that you met.
Oh, the Bravo Labs. So the event hosted, first it had the Summer House guys. So it was Evan and Danny interviewing, like live interview, right? And it
Right.
was taped, and the film crew was there for their show. So they interviewed Kyle, Carl, and Joe Bradley,
Oh,
who's
I don't
on
know who that.
Southern
Oh, Southern
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard the name, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, see now we don't really watch. I watched a little bit of Southern
I tried to
Hospitality,
watch
but
it, I couldn't get involved.
yeah, I can't either. I don't know why. I'm so hooked on Southern Charm. I should naturally start. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
I
watching it.
tried, but,
They say it's a very good third. It's on the third season. They say it's a very good season.
so
So anyway, so the three of them were up first, and they were up there
together,
for
like, on a
about
panel?
on a panel and for about 20 minutes. So it was very funny, and we'll get into that in a minute. Because Carl had some interesting things to say about what happened with Paige, which we can talk about when we're talking about Summer
You mean
House.
about them hooking up or just about what's going on with Craig? Or
Yeah, it came up about, what happened with his little fallout with Craig, with the
oh,
spritz company
got
that
it.
he's now you're right, he's a little bit of an investor in that and did some advertising for them,
Right.
and that's a rival to Loverboy. So Carl was talking about that a little bit, and that was interesting. And then they were just, talking about the Summer House show, and they were talking about their friendship with Joe Bradley, because they're on Bravo together, so they're all friends. And Joe Bradley was
Alright.
talking a little bit about his show, but it was good, and they were on for about 20 minutes. And then next up came now there's this amazing show on Netflix. It's called Selling the City. So this is from the selling franchises. They're selling Sunset, they're selling the OC, and now they're selling the city. Selling the City covers Manhattan. So it's the three
So
top
fun.
realtors from Selling the City were on the show. So it was Eleonora, Jordan, and Giselle.
Are you watching Selling the City?
I am. I watched it. It's
Should we get
great.
into this now, or you wanna get into this now?
Yeah, you want to talk about the
Let's talk about the event
The
now.
event now,
Why
yeah.
not?
So anyway, the three ladies from Selling the City were up, and they were great. And my husband Dan is a big realtor in Westchester, so he
Yeah.
was fascinated. And we did meet them after, which was fun. And then the final person on the panel was Dolores.
Dolores! Yes.
So she was great, and she was mostly talking about Traitors,
Of course.
and how the ending was gonna have a
Wait, let's
twist.
hear all about it. What did she say? Was there anything new that she said that she hasn't said?
I think that she was kinda saying that it was more, like, dramatic working on Real Housewives of New Jersey than it was on Traitors.
And this is set up for drama. But
It's
Jersey, come
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Those
Jersey's heavy duty
they
drama,
that is
so
heavy
it's heavy.
duty.
Yes, it is.
So wait, so tell me about meeting so I know you now again if you go to our
To meet them after,
tell me
yes.
about meeting Kyle and Carl.
Yes.
Like talk about it. Talk to me. Tell me everything.
So they were sitting, it was like a very I'll use the word lovely. It was a very lovely
Lovely.
room in Chelsea in the Hilton
Yeah,
Hotel.
somebody else said
It
that.
was a
That like,
lounge.
ooh,
Yes.
I love
It
that.
was a nice lounge. There was food, there was drinks.
How much were the tickets? Just curious.
They were like $65, $70. It
That's not
wasn't
bad. So you
crazy
got
at
like a
all.
full dinner?
Yeah, well, you had to pay for the food
Oh,
separately.
oh, okay.
This was just basically like the entrance to get
I
in and
see.
get a nice
Got it.
table.
Got it. Got it.
But we were all sitting at tables, and Dan and I were very lucky. The table we were sitting at, Jordan from Selling the City, her two best friends were sitting at the table with us, and they were
Nice.
these really great guys from LA. We were talking to them a little bit. That was fun. Anyway, so when it wrapped, there was like a VIP section as you're kind of like walking to head out. There was the VIP section. So I waited by there and I was just waiting for everyone to walk out so I could
Smart.
talk to them.
Yeah, smart,
So
Kristen.
it was great.
So talk to me about because you just said Carl is just a dream.
Carl, first of all, and they said this to him when they were interviewing him that night. He is so tall.
But
Carl
I
is
knew that.
6'5".
But I knew that. How
I
do you
don't
not
know why.
know
He doesn't look I mean, he looks tall, but when you see him in person, you go, "You're almost like basketball
that?
player
Right. Well, it's
tall."
like the
He is so tall.
first thing Jesse Solomon and him did when they came in the house was go back to back.
Yeah, they did. Well, he said he's slightly taller than Jesse
He is.
Solomon. So Jesse Solomon, maybe
Wow.
he's 6'4".
Yeah, yeah.
Carl is 6'5".
And
So
Austin's like 6'5" too. That's why.
okay, so that's Austin height. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
all the Southern Charmer guys are
Yeah,
tall,
that's
except
all is like
JT, I would
really
say.
sexy.
Yeah, it's very nice. He's a very handsome guy, and so nice and so friendly.
Right, you said he was like so genuinely interested in
Genuinely interested. Like, I went right over to him and I told him about our podcast, and he was talking about how much he loves being on Summer House. I asked him, I said, "Are you going to go on next season if they're, for next season of Summer House?" He said, "I'll go on it as long as it's running. I love being part
Was
of the
that
show."
Kyle or is
This
this
was
Carl?
Carl.
Oh,
He
wow.
said he loves being on the show,
Oh,
and it's
good.
not just because of the fame of the show. He just loves being there and being a part of that.
I
So he was
love
talking about how
Carl.
much he loved
So
the
sweet.
camaraderie that is the
Yeah,
show,
of course.
and how it's a big part of his summer. And then he was talking about Soft Bar, and he said that he was going to be opening it in June.
Oh,
And
we're
I
gonna
said we're
go.
going to go, and I said,
We gotta get in touch with Carl and see if we can do a nice podcast
I would
from
love
there,
to.
right?
He was super, super friendly and didn't get the feeling like, okay, I don't have time to
Rushed,
talk to you.
rushed,
He
yeah.
really gave you the time, you know?
Oh,
So it was
sweet.
wonderful meeting him. Dan took a picture of me and him and he fixed the light on Dan's camera because it wasn't coming off. He's like, let
Oh
me
my
fix that for you.
oh my
So
god.
he was nice. And then immediately after was Kyle. So then we spoke to Kyle and super friendly, funny guy.
Also so
Quite
handsome.
handsome.
Of course.
Quite handsome. I complimented him on having such good hair.
On the flow.
He had great flow.
On his flow.
I said, and Dan said to him, "We love the mullet." And he
So
was laughing
fun.
about that, but I said, "But you have really great hair." I handed him our business card. Now, our business card, everybody,
It's
is a little bigger.
oversized.
It's
Our
an
producer
oversized.
said yours is gonna stand out.
Yes.
Executive producer Steve made it oversized.
And did
And
it
it's
ever stand
animated.
out? And it's animated and it's colorful. And
Yeah, it's
pictures
just
of
got all
people.
our shit on it.
It's got all our shit on there. And he goes, This is a quite a large card. And I go, "Yeah,
Yes.
we got a lot going on."
It's
So
meant to be. Exactly. But he
so he
liked
was
it.
examining the card. It was kind of funny.
Kyle Cook, you are cute and fun.
He's
You and
cute, he's
Carl
fun,
have
and
got to visit us in the living room. You've
we'd love
got
it.
to. We're gonna reach out.
We are. I'm not backing down from this. You guys have got to come on our show. Because really
We
they're
love you
very
guys.
friendly, easy to talk to,
Yeah, nice
funny.
guys.
I did definitely tell Kyle that we love Loverboy because we drink that. We
We
love his
do,
drink.
yeah, we have our lover
So we
boy.
have our Loverboy. We're big fans of that. And after that, met the Selling a City ladies. So met this beautiful woman, Giselle.
Wait, is
She kind
selling
of
is
looks like J Lo a little bit.
does she oh, yeah,
She's
she's
stunning.
also on our Littler podcast on Instagram, check it
Yes,
out.
she is.
Wait, I is that and that's on Bravo?
No, it's on
Oh,
Netflix.
Netflix, right.
So
They have
I
all
would
those
I would
selling
stream the show. It's done. I think it's 10 episodes.
okay.
It's really good, especially if you like those real estate shows. And I love them. And Dan being a realtor, he's loves them. So it's a great, great show. These are I call them powerhouse realtors. They really are. But they're absolutely gorgeous too. So met Giselle, stunning woman, so friendly and engaging. We were talking to her. Dan gave her his business card. If
Nice.
you ever want any business in Westchester, you have any clients, please send them my way. So she said she would. And then
Networking.
another absolutely stunning woman that we met that was so friendly was Jordan. Now, Jordan used to date Trevor Noah. So Trevor
Yeah,
Noah
of
from
course.
yeah, so that was in the show because they were dating while
Daily
she was
Show.
on the show and the Daily Show. They had broken up while the show was going on.
Interesting.
She's absolutely beautiful, so friendly. And again, Dan and I were lucky enough to sit with her two best friends at the table. So they were telling us a little bit about her background. So we met her. And then who do we meet at the end? We meet Dolores.
Wait, but not only Dolores, but Paulie.
Oh, yeah, so we talked to Paulie first.
Paulie,
So
hush,
Paulie
hush,
came out of
hush.
the VIP area first, and I got a quick funny story to tell about Paulie. We talked to him, I think, the longest. Now,
Paulie.
Paulie's a guy now
Dark hair, a lot of black,
McLean
white
Avenue.
teeth.
You know McLean Avenue?
McLean Avenue,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yonkers, Rory
Yeah.
Dolan's.
Yep.
You ever go to Rory Dolan's?
I've never been there, but I know it's a big Irish pub.
It's a big Irish pub.
People love it.
Very close to us. It's very famous. He looks like somebody that you would run into in Rory Dolan's. That's
Yeah,
all
of
I thought when I
course,
was
right.
talking to him. I'm like, this
Exactly.
guy is like just a regular guy that you meet that's real friendly. He was so
With
nice.
very white teeth.
Very white teeth, very handsome too.
Yeah, he's cute.
Quite a handsome man. And it was funny because immediately I said to him, Paulie, I'm Irish too, because I'm half Irish. And he goes, oh, great. And then he looked at Dan and he goes, well, I know you're Irish. Now, Dan is Brazilian.
Oh, funny.
Funny because Dan looks Irish. So Dan
Right.
is like, yeah, we were
The
laughing.
Irish, all the Irish talking.
So he was dropping a lot of F's, which was kind of fuck
Yeah,
this, fuck
fucking,
that.
yeah.
I said, Paulie, fuck that. But
Fuck
gave
it.
him our business card, of course. And I said, if you could hand this to Dolores and for yourself, we'd love to have you on our podcast.
Come on, Paulie,
Come on,
Dolores.
Paulie,
Well, let's talk. We got a lot to talk about.
But one thing that he also said that was interesting was he did say that the friendships, like I think the guy, because we were saying, the guy friendships are really nice to see on Jersey.
Yeah.
But he was saying that they don't really see each other too much when they're not filming.
Of course not.
But he does have a good friendship with Louis. So he did mention
that's
that
nice.
because we were saying we like Louis.
Nice.
So that was interesting. Then after Paulie comes down from the VIP area is Jen Fessler.
Oh, yes, the
So
Fessler.
the funny thing about Jen Fessler was that Dan, out of all the Housewives shows, Jersey's his favorite.
Okay.
So
Well, he's
he
from
knows
Jersey,
Jen
too.
Fessler, and he's from Jersey. So he immediately started, he goes, Jen Fessler, like we were friends.
Oh, how fun. I
Jen
love it, of
Fessler.
course.
She was so friendly and nice. She's like, hi. So I gave her a hug. We took a quick photo with her. We talked to her for a second. Then right
Love
behind her came
Fessler.
Dolores. And it was the same thing. First of all, she has beautiful hair.
Dolores.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous. Long,
she's really
flowing.
long, flowing, like with the curls and
Yeah,
just an absolutely
skinny
beautiful
mini,
woman.
yeah.
Yeah, she was beautiful, so friendly and nice. And me, Dan, and her took a picture together, so that was
Nice.
great. And we talked to her for a quick second, and she had to go. And that was it. Now, in addition to that, I do want to mention this too.
Sure.
I know I'm giving a lot of
No,
information
this is
here.
good. This is the tea
Oh,
on
I
it's
was
the tea on virtual
I
reality.
was drunk with Bravo Lab starstruckness reality TV, like drunk. So then I did meet Evan Reel and Danny Murphy.
Oh,
And
okay.
they were, the hosts of virtual reality. So spoke with Evan Reel, and really just such a warm, nice, friendly guy. And we were talking about his show and how much I love
Great.
his show, and I gave him our card and talked about that. But he was just so nice and so like adorable too, like just
So
adorable.
fun.
And then went over to Danny Murphy and took a picture with him.
Mr. Murphy.
He was so nice too. It was
Oh,
just
lovely. We
I
love to
I
have
was
them
I
on
was
the
so
show.
taken by how friendly and nice and engaging everybody was. And the final two people that I met, and I put this on our Instagram too, was there are two podcasters that I am huge fans of that cover the reality TV, mostly Bravo. It's Gibson Johns
Oh, right.
and Dylan
Sure.
Hafer. So
Of
Gibson
course.
John's podcast is called Gabbing with Gib, and I love Gabbing with Gib. I listen to it all the time. And then Dylan Hafer's is Mention It All, and he does mostly
Mention
Bravo too
all.
and reality TV coverage. They're geniuses, these guys, and listening to them is really. I told them it like inspired me to say, "Hey,
M
let's do
Listen,
ours."
Gibson and
Dylan Hafer.
come on, guys. We'd love to have you on the show. It would be so great.
It'd be so great. I would love that. Or oh god, if we ever had the honor to be the guest on one of their shows, oh,
Oh, that would be amazing,
it would
wouldn't
be
it?
so amazing. But we would love to have them on here. And they did wish us the best of luck with our
Right.
show.
Oh,
So
that's great. That's so
thank you
nice.
so much, Gibson and
There's room for
Dylan.
everybody, as they say, right?
Yes, there is.
Well, what a night.
Oh, what a
Oh,
night.
what a
Oh, what a night.
night.
Oh, and I do have to congratulate Evan Reel and Danny Murphy because now they're getting their own show on Sirius Radio.
Wow. On
So
Radio
they're
Andy?
yeah, I don't know if it's I gotta read more about it. It was something I
Wow.
saw on Instagram, but they're gonna get their own Sirius Radio show. So
Wow. That's
yeah.
amazing. Congratulations.
Amazing.
All right. Well, that was quite
Woo.
what a night.
What a night. I can't
Seeing
wait to go
all
to another one.
and see all the Bravo Lebs.
Oh, the Bravo Labs. They're just it was just I
What
was
a great. So it was
loving it.
Traitors and it was that. And I'm
It was
surprised.
Traitors, it was Real Housewives, it was Summer House, it was Selling the City. It was just
So fabulous.
fabulous.
All right. Well, I'm ready for the next. Like, let's go.
Let's go. We got to do the next one.
All right. Well, listen, thanks everybody for listening. Traders, we're sad that you're
Oh,
gone.
we're gonna miss Alan
Oh,
Cumming.
traitors. Until next February or March.
Oh, and really, I'm
I
excited to
can't.
see who the next lineup is gonna
Oh, I
be.
want to
They're
be on
probably
that
working
show.
on that right now.
Oh my God. Of course.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Traders, thanks for a great season.
Thank you
And
so much.
Kyle and Carl, we love you.
Come
Come on our show.
Evan, Danny, Dolores, Jen Fessler.
Yay, the
Selling
whole
City,
crew.
everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
See you next time. The
Bye.
living room is officially open and closed in the same breath. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.